Guess they were toxic. You do your thing, bro. I'm going fishing.
How does he manage to keep it so fresh after all this time? What's that sound? Fisherman!
Oh. I hate Legos.
Hey all, my name is Jake. I play the saxophone. I make music. I make videos. I love fishing. If you like what you see in here, please hit like and subscribe, and let's get on into it.
Hey all, I know it's been a minute. Finally got my new phone. It's a Galaxy S21 FE, so this is going to be my new primary video editing device. So I'm putting it through the test. We're going to try to render everything in 4K 60 frames per second and see how it works out. So that's exciting. I'm going to be gigging at Spiels tonight, so I'm looking for somewhere really cool to fish beforehand. I couldn't think of anywhere cool, so we're going to Keystone. Again.
Got one. Caught. It's one of the bass. Little one. Got himself wrapped around the gill plate. Help me out there, buddy. Let's get that out. Can't be comfortable for you. can release myself. My buddy Jake from Bass and Grass would appreciate that. That's now a bass covered in grass. Right off the bank. So, ideally today we are targeting bass. It's not ideal temperatures for it. I mean, today was beautiful, but we've been going from hot to cold, cold to hot. The water's been flipping, rotating, so I don't think the bass know whether to go deep or shallow at this point, and honestly, I don't know where to fish for them. The local fishermen were telling me that they had just stocked the lake the day previous to me coming up here, so I didn't go to the dock knowing that those fish were still getting acclimated. My best bet was to run to the corner of the dam, and if there was going to be any type of multi-species catches, it would be right over there. Let's see how it works out. Look at that, 2 palominos. Palomino. The golden rainbow trout, also known as the palomino, is a variety of the rainbow trout. They look cool. See if they got any friends dancing around them. Yeah, they are finicky like any trout. Oop. Had a smallmouth, or a largemouth rather, coming back. Just a tiny one coming back, trying to nip at this thing. That's a good sign. Dark sleeper's doing its job. Found some weed. Lost some weed. Water level's up a lot higher. Spillway's actually gone today, so this area is a little bit more filled in. Looks pretty active from what I can see. This palomino are fairly shy, at least with something this big. They know I'm here, what I'm trying to do. So I doubt they'll have any interest in a dark sleeper, but look at him, coming right up to me. Beautiful fish. Nope. Had a couple other little ones following me back. They're here. Still have my ice rod rigged with that little, what was that, meats minnow? Little spinner, basically. Might toss that in, something a little bit smaller for him. Beautiful day at Keystone. It's just changed up for him. Not gonna get any distance out of the ice rod, obviously, but I bought it, I'm gonna use it. Especially since ice conditions have been
garbage this year, at least in our neck of the woods. Besides, one of those little half-pound bass hitting this thing is going to actually be a fun fight. I'm looking at one right now. These are not designed for casting, but you know what? In this circumstance, it should work. Like that. It worked all right. It worked all right. Get that out of the way. That's kind of funny. It's a largemouth that came back to investigate why that branch was moving. It's not Meeps, it's a Mepps minnow. That's right. Little thing. Little spinner. Usually have pretty good luck with them too. Got him. That's not what I was expecting, though. Nice little rainbow. That is not what I was expecting. Okay, maybe I mis-ID'd. Get you back in. This is a young female. Slow motion.
Yeah, you guys know the gag by now.
Little female trout release. Got one. Well, putting the ice rod to good use at least. Come on, buddy. You're safe right now. I can't eat you. There we go. Pretty color.
So as the sun set, the bite turned off, and I had a gig to get to, but stick around because I have some cool new gear to show off.
Thanks for checking out the video today, and been learning a couple new things about this new phone. One of them is the waterproof casing kind of wrecks the fidelity of recordings. I noticed that on the first voiceover right after the skit and credits today, and more so when I was trying to record the band. And honestly, what I should be bringing with me at all times is this Zoom H1n whenever I'm recording a band like that. That way I have a better audio source away from ground zero, particularly the drums. But one last thing I want to talk about. Finally got this back from the shop the other week. This is a 1950 Bisher, or Busher, depending on what vernacular you want to use. 156. It's a American-made horn. This is the same, if you've ever seen the Aristocrats with the big B, this is same model, same taper, same design, same keywork. The only thing they changed, this is a little bit later, and they have this little brush script engraving, but very modern feeling vintage horn. This one actually belonged to my buddy's father-in-law. He toured around with this in the Army band, toured around the world with it, as a matter of fact. And my buddy sold this to me after his father-in-law passed away a couple years back. And he gave this to me for 80 bucks. So just had to get it overhauled and all fixed up. And let's try her out a little bit. So far, I've been loving the horn. Mike Hall is from Volkwine's Music. Rebuilt this from the ground up. Got it repadded, fixed out a couple things. We didn't really buff it too much. We wanted to keep the patina there is actually underneath the lacquer, so we preserved everything as much as we could. So I've just been having fun with it, using it, and it's a great horn. So let's give her a try. That was a great job, Jake. Except you didn't hit record on the DAW. Oh yeah, you're keeping that in, dumbass. So Couple little differences from my Selmer. It's Super Action 80, which has more modern stamped out key work, which has pretty much been the standard since arguably 1954, but really along 1974 when the Mark 7 came out. And every subsequent horn from Yamaha, Yanagasawa, Kelworth, everyone's kind of stamped out the same these days. These guys, they were still in that great exploratory realm of figuring out what works and what doesn't. And there's a lot of changes between this and a modern Selmer, but you really can't feel them. It's more of something like looking at it from a tech perspective, seeing how they laid out the key work and how they got things functioning. But from a player, there's really not much of a difference. Only real change is the design of the bore causes me to have to be conscientious of Altissimo, and I have to use different fingerings because the high F sharp key doesn't exist on this, which means you practice for a couple hours and get that under your fingers and you're good to go. But awesome horn, sounds great. That was a song called St. Thomas from Sonny Rollins. Look it up. There's a Josh Redmond version, which is awesome too. But yeah, we'll get back to fishing, and thank you guys for coming out again, and it's going to be a fun year.